They're not really, yeah. Who's way back there? Are we on?
Yeah, just your mic isn't, but we're live.
It's on. Is it not picking up? It's good? Hi. Namaste. Let me get in front of the camera. Hi, yogis from all around the world. We are super excited. Awesome, Nick. Thank you. Hi. Welcome. So happy you're here. You're going to be right here, okay? Do you need a mat? That one feels... Okay, amazing to be here. So everyone in this room knows we are live across the world. Yes? We know that? Hi. So say hello to the world. Hello, world. This is exciting. I'm so honored to be here and to be holding this space. Happy New Year across the globe. Happy New Year. So let's begin. If you're watching online, there's the link to connect to Spotify if you choose to move with the playlist. If you don't, that's fine too. And let's get started. Namaste. So, you know, we approach a new year, and I feel that we all kind of come in with a lot of anticipation, maybe expectations, and I think we all come in with a sense of hope and hopefully optimism, and that's really great. And then what used to happen to me is like the moment something goes wrong, it's like, fuck. And Mom, if you're watching, just the last time I live streamed, my mom did watch, and this was the text she sent to me. The routine was really great, but your cursing messed it up. So I already messed it up. But that's what happens, right? Like, that's what used to happen to me, at least. It would, hello, welcome. And so that was what I would call the old me, which is ironic because it's the younger me, right? And honestly, through yoga, through this practice, I've learned through time that it doesn't have to be that way. So case in point, part of my daily practice is to write in my journal. And I've been doing that since I was 17 years old. And over the years, I'll miss a day here and there. And when I do, I usually get really upset. And so I was having some really empowered and dynamic entries towards the end of the year, and had really deep writing sessions on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day, and then January 2nd came a couple of days ago, and it's a really busy day for me, and I didn't write in my journal. And I had thought several times a day, okay, I can write now, I can write that, and I didn't write. The old me, which was the younger me, would have been like, this year has gone to shit, and now I have to wait a whole year until I can quote unquote get it right. And I've learned that's ridiculous. That with this practice, we learn every day can be New Year's Day. That every day we can have this opportunity to set intention and create manifestation, and every day can be a starting over if we choose it to be. So let's choose it to be. Let's, not kind of get ahead of ourselves when, Dan, you want to wave? Just to the world. Dan's waving to the world. Dan just made a post saying how he thought, things just seem to keep getting worse. And he's like, well, when's it going to get better? it's going to get better when you decide to make it better. And that can be today. And what I love about this whole thing that we're doing, we're filming, we're streaming, and you can watch this practice all throughout the year. This is a practice to bring with you all throughout the year, right? So any day can be that day to start over. So sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, find your breath. You know, New Year's Eve comes, and I think we use that as an opportunity to let go of a lot of things we might have been holding on to or carrying. Stuff's going to come up. And fortunately, through these practices and with these tools, we can constantly let go of what we need to let go of, and we can constantly embrace the virtues and values that we want and need to embrace to find more peace in our hearts and to create more love in the world. I know that's why I practice yoga. All that you're required to do is breathe and love your breath. So if you ever need to take a child's pose, know that you can always start over, right? And that's what's so great about this physical practice. Each vinyasa represents that. Each vinyasa is a representation of being able to start from the beginning. Let's take a deep inhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Beautiful. We'll begin on our hands and knees. If you're at home, if you're watching on your computer, I'll tell you when to press play if you're using the music, if you're using the playlist. You can come into some cat and cows if you're in this room. If you're at home, you can start the music in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then everyone, wherever you are, just start to feel your body, start to move with your body. And do know you can move in your own way all throughout this hour. So when I do cat and cow, I like to spin my fingers towards my knees. If you like to make circular motions, if you like to roll forward and back, or anything else, right? And invite the freedom in, and maybe that's something we can all resolve to do this year, is invite the freedom in. Tuck your toes, and when you're ready, lift your hips and come into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you need some movement there, you can take some movement there. You might pedal out your feet, you might shift your hips, you might find complete stillness. So find what you need to find. The breath in, bring you forward, plank pose. Let your heart lead you forward. Maybe we can resolve to let our hearts lead us forward. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, do that again. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose, press back through the heels. Down dog, hips go up and back. One more time, slide forward to come into plank pose. This time we'll hold plank. And then unless you're pregnant, begin breath of fire. That's a quick sniffing inhale and exhale through the nose. It's a rapid form of pranayama Quick breaths in and out through the nose. It's meant to be a little bit intense. It's meant to create a lot of heat, a lot of resolve. Can we resolve to do the work, to show up, no matter how hard it gets, Dan, right? No matter how bleak it looks, right? We can change anything. Hold on to it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got it, Katie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Lower your knees. Send your hips towards your heels. Right? You could always start over. And if that means you need to take a child's pose at any point, take a child's pose at any point. Look forward and inhale. Dive your way onto your bellies. Come into a cobra pose, and that cobra might be low to the ground. It might be high off the ground. Through bent knees, press back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg reaches high on the breath in. Take a moment to open the hip by bending your knee. You might make some circles there. If you're close to a friend, you might tap your friend's leg. Good. Take a wide step, right foot outside your right hand. Take an early twist, right arm to the sky. You might need to slide up to your left fingertips. Beautiful. Spin your left heel to the floor. It's an early warrior 2. Spin your left arm forward, up and back. Good. Let's set intention. Right thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. Left arms to the sky. Good. Drop your left arm behind you towards the floor, up towards your right thumb. See your target and shoot for it. Psh. You might like to make that sound. Then shoot that arrow a few times. Psh. Right. Aim. Resolve. Yes. 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 It's good to smile. Let's smile more this year. Let's love more this year. Let's have more fun this year. After the next time you shoot your arrow, up and back. Peaceful warrior. Keep a bend in that right knee. Hands cartwheel down, step back, downward facing dog. Breath in, slide forward, plank pose. Lower all the way to the mat on the breath out. Hearts forward, cobra pose. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, have that moment, bend that knee, open up that hip, maybe make some circles there, right? Can we open up? And then big wide step, left foot outside, left hand. Take that twist, left arm to the sky, press back through the right heel. And then spin your right heel down, spiral open, early warrior 2. Left arm forward, right arm back. No surprises, left thumb up. That's it, Siobhan. Right arm up, see it, aim for it, and reach for it this year. Psh. Shoot that arrow. Psh. I like to make the sound. If you like to make the sound, make the sound. Yes, Allison. Good. Psh. After your next time, chase it up and back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Hearts tip forward on the breath in. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. I like woohoos. Good. If you're at home, do a woohoo. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your time to get there. When you get there, reach for opposite elbows. Take a little sway from side to side. And then switch the crossing of your arms. Take your other arm on top. And that's to commit to this waking up, raising consciousness this year. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Flutter out through the lips. Let your arms go. Let your agenda go. Let your mind go. Tuck your chin into your chest. Close your eyes and slowly roll your way up to stand Tadasana, mountain pose to the back of the mat. Find your intention, seal your intention, and bring your prayer at your heart. And use this as a way to begin again with your eyes closed. Start walking forward until you get to the top of your mat space. So it's one step at a time, one day at a time, and pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses to tap us into that feeling, that promise of newness, openness. Press down through your feet, lift your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Prayer through your heart as you exhale, fold all the way forward, come down to the ground. Right leg reaches back on the breath in. Step to down dog on the breath out. Slide to plank pose on the inhale, lower all the way to the mat on the exhale, hearts forward, cobra pose. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Reach the right leg high on the breath in. Step the right foot between the hands on the breath out. Left foot to the top of the mat, come halfway up. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, rise all the way up. High prayer, look up. Exhale, prayer through you, fold forward, come down. Left leg stretches back on the breath in. Downward facing dog on the breath out. Plank pose on your inhalation. Lower all the way to the mat on the exhalation. Hearts forward as you breathe in. Hips high as you breathe out. Left leg high on the breath in. Left foot between your hands on the breath out. Right foot to the top of the mat, come halfway up. Fold into your legs on the breath out. Rise all the way up on the inhale. Take the prayer through you as you exhale, fold forward, come down. Right leg reaches back on the inhale. Step to down dog on the exhale. Slide forward to plank pose on the breath in. Chaturanga if you want it, or lower all the way down. Inhale to up dog or stay with cobra. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts as you breathe in. Right foot steps forward as you breathe out. Left foot steps forward, come halfway up. Fold into the legs on the exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up, look up. Prayer through you on the breath out, come forward and down. Left leg back on the breath in. Downward facing dog on the breath out. Plank pose as you inhale. Chaturanga or lower in your own way. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg high on the inhale. Left foot forward on the exhale. Right foot to the top of the mat, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Prayer through you, fold forward, come down. Right leg back on the breath in. Plank to lower on your exhalation. Inhale, rise up over the tops of the feet. Exhale, send your hips high. Beautiful, move like you. Right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Left foot to the top of the mat, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer through you, come down. Left leg back, big breath in. One breath out, plank to lower. Inhale, rise up. Nice, everybody. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg high as you breathe in. Left foot forward as you exhale. Right foot forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold into your legs. Rise all the way up on the inhale. Prayer through you on the exhale. Stretch the right leg back on the breath in. Three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Three-legged plank, come forward. It might be a three-legged vinyasa. You might keep that left foot off the floor as you bend. Come forward to up dog. Sail back to down dog and then hold this down dog. Breathe in this down dog. Feel in this down dog. And then lift both heels. Bend both knees. Breathe everything out. Step or jump. Feet to your hands. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. High prayer. Prayer through you. Exhale, come down. Left leg back on the inhale. Right leg high on the exhale. Inhale, ride the breath forward. Plank pose. Right foot might stay off the floor as you bend your elbows and lower down. Beautiful. Upward facing dog. Takes you back to your downward facing dog. If you're somewhere else, be where you are. Right? Invite that freedom in. And then lift both heels. Bend both knees. Exhale. Step or jump. Feet to hands. Come halfway up. Yes, Allison, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Prayer through you, come all the way down. Right leg reaches back on the inhale. Left leg to the sky on the exhale. And then stay here, hop or walk your right foot a little closer to your hands. Lift your heel, bend your knee. Maybe take one tiny hop off your right foot. If you want a few hops, take a few hops. Some of you might come all the way up to stand on your hands. Maybe this is the year you overcome your fears, right? This practice is really a metaphor. When you need downward facing dog, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Yes, if you're in down dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, breathe out, step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift on the inhale, forward fold on the exhale. Urdhva Hastasana, rise all the way up, look up. Prayer through you, exhale, come forward and down. Left leg back on the breath in. Right leg high on the breath out. Hop your left foot a little closer to your hands. Lift the heel. Bend the knee. Maybe it's one tiny hop. Maybe it's 50 hops. Maybe it's 500 hops. Maybe it's 5 lifetimes of hops, right? There's no timekeeper for the spirit, for the soul, right? So be in your time. When you need down dog, that's where you'll be. If you're in down dog, lift your heels. Bend your knees. Empty of breath. Step or jump, feet forward. Halfway lift on the breath in. Forward fold on the breath out. High prayer, come all the way up. Stay up. Lift your heels up. Dive into the future that you want. Diver's pose. Chest comes forward, right? And let there be a buoyancy in the chest. Lift the heart, lift the eyes. Let the heart lead you. Have that commitment. Yes. Beautiful, Marina. Drop the heels, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana, and return to that breath of fire. Quick sniffing breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose. So it's not always going to be easy, right? We're going to go through difficult times. We're going to have mishaps, missteps. Good news is we can always start over, and there's this great expression, swaha. Throw it into the fire, and then it's gone. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold over your legs. Woo! Come to your fingertips, look up. It's getting hot in here, people. Hands to the floor, step or jump back, either right to dog or through a vinyasa if you want one. And your vinyasa is a way to start over each and every time. Beautiful, Allison. If you need that child's pose, you take that child's pose. If you need that handstand, you take that handstand. All across the world, take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Ha. Let's set up a flow together. Right leg lifts up high. Warrior 2, right foot forward, left heel down. Spiral open, Amy. Right thumbs up, Amy Claire. Left arms up. Together 3 times. See it, aim for it, and shoot it. Up and back, peaceful warrior. Inhale to straighten your right leg, parallel your feet, high prayer, look up. Hands come behind your back. If you can, interlace your fingers, lift your chest. Just notice which thumb is on top. Turn to the front of your mat, devotional warrior. Take that right foot a little wide to give yourself space to fold into you. Press into the feet. Inhale up, warrior 1. Arms come straight up to frame your ears. Beautiful, Siobhan, that's it. Right leg long on the breath in. Triangle pose on the breath out. Take your time. Right hip pulls in, right fingers reach out, right hand comes down. If you're at home and you have blocks, you can use blocks. Your hand might slide up your leg. Some of you, it might be on the ground. Nice, Nick, beautiful. And then let's reach, right, for a bright future. Left arm over left ear. Right arm under right ear. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, warrior 2. Woo. Sikamora, peaceful warrior, tip back. Hands to the mat. Your vinyasa, your flow. That can be plank to chaturanga every time. That can be a handstand or a forearm stand every time. That could be a child's pose every time, right? You create the life you want to live. It's what we do with this practice on the mat. We make choices and we start to love our choices. Left leg to the sky on the inhale. Step it forward, spin the right heel down, spiral open, warrior 2. Right, every day, it's a new day. Left thumbs up, right arms up. See it, aim for it, and reach for it. After that 3rd time, reach back for a peaceful warrior. Inhale, flying warrior up through center, look up. Take your arms behind you. Remember which thumb you had on top. Switch the grip of your fingers, lifted chest. Turn to the front of the mat, devotional warrior. Widen that left foot a little to the left. Bend the knee and come down and in. Tuck that left hip underneath you. Pressing into both feet. Inhale up, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Lengthen the left leg on the breath in. Find your triangle pose on your breath out. Left hip comes in, left fingers reach out. Nice, Sheena, that's it. Again, your left hand might slide up your left leg. Left hand might be on the floor for some of you. Those of you that want blocks and use blocks, you can always use blocks. I do too. I love Florence. If you didn't hear, that's what she said. Right arm over right ear. I've saw her 3 times this year. Left arm under left ear. Come up to stand on the inhale. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Vinyasa is all yours. Again, wiping the slate clean. And we have so many vinyasas because we can keep doing that whenever we need to do that. Yes, Allison, amazing, Marina, beautiful, everybody. Right leg reaches high if you're ready. If you're not, you take a break. Warrior 2, we'll start at the same. We'll build it together, spring. Right thumbs up, left arms up, see it. Aim for it and shoot for it 3 times. Chase it up and back, peaceful warrior. Flying warrior, come up through center, look up. Arms behind you, interlace, lift the chest to the back of your mat. Devotional warrior, take your left foot a little out to the left, bend that knee, fold down and in. To the back of the mat, warrior one, inhale your way up. Wave to the world, everybody. Left leg long, come into your triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Some of you might want to wrap your right arm behind your back. If you're doing that, it's to open up the heart. It's not to look like anybody else. It's to feel like you. Reach the left arm up on the breath in. Come up to stand, parallel your feet. Spin the heels in, turn the toes out. Swing your left arm under your right arm like eagle arms. Bend your knees. Big breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Ha! She's called Kali. Beautiful. Front of the mat, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Peaceful warrior, up and back. Extended side angle pose. You might lower your forearm onto your thigh. Reach your left arm over your left ear. If you want to go anywhere else with your Utthita Parshvakonasana, maybe hand to the ground. Yes, Katie, you can wrap the arms all the way around yourself if you're ready for it. Beautiful. Left hand to the floor. Spin to the edge of your left foot. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Send your right leg to meet your left leg. And you got it, Kim. Maybe to do that, you drop your left knee down. Or maybe you lift your right foot up. Yes. Rock star. Step your right foot behind your left foot. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Come back around. Three-legged dog. Right hand down. Right leg high. Draw the knee to the third eye. Inhale. Send the right leg back up. Exhale, knee to your third eye. One more time, right leg lifts. Draw the knee in, step the right foot between your hands. Ardha Chandrasana, left leg, left arm, float up. If you have a block, you can use a block for your right hand. Otherwise, maybe your right fingertips come to the floor. Those of you that want to bend your left knee and hold your left foot, go for it. If you want to try to float your right hand off the ground, maybe this year you try something new. Amazing. OMG, left foot behind right foot. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Lengthen your legs, lift your heels high. Dive into it. Diver's pose, heels lifted, hearts forward, hearts lifted. Yes, Amy Claire. Keep the heels lifted. Start to bend your knees. Let them widen open. Hands to the mat. You might take a squat, lowering your feet to the ground. You might take a crow pose. Bakasana, knees to your upper arms. Elbows right over your wrists. Yes, that can become a headstand. That can become a handstand. That can become a face plant. Yes, Kim. Right, so find your expression here. We meet up, downward facing dog. You could step to dog. You could jump to dog. You could absolutely dance to dog if that's what you want. Maybe we can dance more this year. Yes. Yes is a good word. Left leg to the sky on the breath in. Warrior two, left foot forward, right heel down, spiral open. Woo! Left thumbs up, right arms up. You know it. See it, reach for it, and go for it. Right, this year, let's really go for it. Right, inspire each other. Yes, spring. Peaceful warrior, up and back. Flying warrior, come through center. Hands behind you, change the interlacing. Stay awake. Back of your mat, devotional warrior. Beautiful, everybody. I love you, world. Come on up, warrior one. Good, turn that into your triangle pose. Lengthen out that right leg and flow, right? We come to flow. We come to find freedom. If you're binding or half binding, let it feel authentic. Maybe we can be ourselves more this year. Reach the right arm up and come up to stand. Parallel your feet. Heels turn in. Toes turn out. Right arm under left arm. Bend your knees. Breathe in through the nose. Let the world hear you. Ha! That's for everyone. Let the world hear your heart. Front of the room, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Tip it up and back. Extended side angle pose. That's your understanding of it. That could be forearm to your thigh. That could be left hand to the ground. Yes, brother, you're doing amazing. Some of you wrapping those arms around yourself. Beautiful. Yes, Betty. Right hand to the mat. Spin to the edge of your right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Left leg meets your right leg. In any capacity, legs might stack, legs might lift. Beautiful. Left foot behind right foot. Take the rock star, because you are a rock star. Three-legged dog, left hand down, left leg high. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to the third eye. Left leg lifts up on the inhale. Knee comes in on the exhale. Una más, left leg high. That's for you, Sherry. Knee comes in, left foot between your hands. Open up to it. Ardha Chandrasana, right leg, right arm to the sky. Again, if you have a block and you want to use a block, that's a great idea. It's a great idea to reach for support when you have support all the way around you. Yes! And then right foot behind, left foot, bend your knees, OMG. Feet together, arms to the sky, chair pose, Utkatasana. Legs long, heels high, hearts forward, diver's pose. Again, lift the heart, lift the eyes. See what's in front of you, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Heels stay lifted, knees start to bend and open, hands to the mat. You could take a squat, you could take a crow, you could take a headstand or a handstand, you could take a child's pose. No one is stopping you from expressing who you are but you. Good job! Yes! Amazing, everyone. Yes, Gamora. I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. I know everyone is wondering, why the fuck is the disco ball not on? Why the fuck is it? Wait, Dan, say that to the world. Come here.
Why the fuck is the disco ball?
Okay, I got to change that. Right leg to the sky on the breath in. Warrior 2, right foot forward, left heel down. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Right thumbs up, left arms up. See it 3 times. Shoot for it. Yes, with your intention, with your heart, with your promise. Yes, peaceful up and back. Flying warrior, come up through center. Arms behind you interlace to the back of the mat. Devotional warrior, deep bend into that left knee. Pour yourself into it this year. Come on up, warrior 1. Good. Again, say hi to the world, everybody. Lengthen out that left leg, triangle pose. Maybe you want a half bind. Maybe you even want a full bind. Maybe you want no bind. It's about knowing what you want and asking for what you want. If you have a bind, you keep it. Otherwise, reach your left arm forward, breathe in. Side angle pose right here. Bend your left knee. That could be with your forearm to your thigh. Could be with the arms all the way around you, right? No one gets to say what it is but you. Look down at your left foot. As many steps as it takes, bring your right foot up to your left foot so you're at the back of the mat, facing the back of your space. Come up to stand on your right leg. That could be a tree pose, right? That could be a bird of paradise if you have that bind. Yes! How you feeling? Great. Great. She said great in case you didn't hear her. If you have the bind, let it go. Everyone, OMG, left foot behind right foot. Feet together, arms to the sky. Right foot behind left foot, OMG. Peaceful warrior, right leg back, left knee bends, left arm reaches high. Flying warrior, come through center. Heels in, toes out. Hello. Left arm under right arm, bend your knees, sink your hips. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Let out what you need to let out. Ha. We turn to the front of the room, warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back. Peaceful warrior, up and back. Rainbow warrior, right leg long, left knee bend, slide the hips back. See where you're going and take yourself there. Ardha Chandrasana, right foot down, left leg, left arm lift up. There could be a variation here. There could be a block underneath your right hand here. Yes, so beautiful. Yes. Slide back, peaceful warrior, right knee bends, left foot lands. Hands to the floor, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Take a moment, bend that knee, open up that hip, and from here, yes, flip it, rock stars, right foot behind you, yes, spring. Good, we'll be facing the back of the mat, bend your knees to lower all the way down, boat pose, legs lift up, arms reach forward. So this one's a bit of a bitch. Make one big fist with your hands. Lift your arms up by your ears. Breathe in. Lower everything halfway down towards the ground. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, come back up. 3 more, lower down. Come back up. Lower down. 2 more, come up. Lower down, come up. Hands behind you, feet in front of you, hips lift high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ha. Yes. Sink your hips to the floor. Cross your shins. You might roll over your legs and step back to down dog. If you want to jump back, if you want to dance back, if you want to handstand back, right? Let it come from your heart. Left leg lifts up high. Yes, Gamora. Warrior 2. Left foot forward, right heel down, arms open wide. Left thumbs up, right arms up. Last time like this. See it, shoot it 3 times. And then chase that dream up and back. Peaceful warrior. Flying warrior, come up through center. Hands behind you, change the interlacing. Turn to the front of your mat. Devotional warrior. Deep bend into that right knee. Beautiful. Breath in lifts you up. Warrior 1. Last triangle pose. Right leg long. Glide yourself into it. Yes. Some of you binding. Some of you half binding. Some of you not binding at all. Know that you're perfect exactly where you are. If you're bound, you keep it. If not, right arm lifts up. Breathe in. Bend your right knee on your exhale. Side angle pose. That could be with a bind. That could be with no bind at all. It's your expression, your understanding of the shape. Look down at your right foot. This could take many steps. Left foot up to your right foot. Come up to stand on your left leg. That might be a tree pose. That could be a bird of paradise if you have that bind. Yes, Kim. You got it, Helen. Beautiful, everybody. If you have the bind, let it go. OMG, right foot behind left foot. Feet together, arms up high. Left foot behind right foot, OMG. Left leg back, peaceful warrior, right knee bends. Flying warrior up through center. Last Kali, heels in, toes out, right arm under left, big inhale, biggest exhale yet. Ha! We turn to the back of the mat for warrior 2. Left arm forward, right arm back, up and back, peaceful warrior. Rainbow warrior, left leg long, right knee bends, look towards your left foot. Ardha Chandrasana, left foot down, right leg, right arm come up. There could be a variation. There does not have to be. All that there has to be is your breath and your love for your breath. And sometimes we learn that the hard way. Left knee bends, peaceful warrior, right foot lands, left arm to the sky. Hands to the mat, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. Flip it all the way around. It could be a rock star, some of you. It could be a wheel. If you're in a wheel, tuck your chin into your chest. We meet facing the front of the room. Bend your knees, lower your ass to the floor. That's it. Navasana, legs up, arms up. We did the hard one. Now we do the fun one. Breathe in. Lower halfway on the breath out. Inhale, come up, clap. Lower down, come up, clap. Lower down, come up, snap. Come up, snap. Yes, Sheena, good. 2 claps. 2 claps. 2 snaps. 2 snaps. 3 claps. 3 snaps. 4 claps. 4 snaps. 5 claps. 5 snaps. Stay halfway down. Breath of fire. Quick sniffing. Inhale, exhale. Oh, I know. Ooh, I know, Lucy, I know. Oh, she's like, I was lost. Why didn't I stay lost, right? Thank God you got found. Come on up. Hands behind you, feet in front of you, hips to the sky. Breathe in and out. Stay up. Stomp your feet up and down, right? Let the world hear us, right? Peaceful warriors, call to action. Lower your hips down, cross your other leg on tap. Step back or jump back. I'll meet you downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. However you want to get there. Amazing, Allison. Yes. Plank pose, roll your way forward, right? It's going to take work, though. Right knee to your third eye. Plank pose. Left knee to your third eye. Plank pose. Right knee in. Left knee in. Right, left, go. Right? What are you working for? What are you moving towards? What is inspiring you, right? And what's worth it? The answer for me is love. Universal love. It doesn't have to be a kind of love that we used to think about or expected, right? It's a different kind of love. It's a love that says, I love you the way that I want to be loved. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Amazing. Woo! Good. Come up to your hands and knees, all fours. Take a few cats and a few cows. Woo. Undulate, right? Let it flow. Let that energy move. So when we get stuck, right, we know it never has to stay stuck. We can always start it over, right? That's what we're doing here. We're learning we can always start again. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Woo! How are you feeling, everybody? All right, that sounds good to me. Lift your heels. Bend your knees, breathe out, step or jump, feet to hands. Come halfway up, forward fold. Tuck your chin into your chest, close your eyes, slowly roll up to stand, top of your mat, Tadasana. Again, take all the time that you need. Yeah, you can let out whatever you need to let out. And just feel. And feel what you need to feel. And sometimes we need to feel things that are not so pleasant so that we can move past them, so that we can start over without them. Press into your feet, prayer to your heart. Lift your prayer up to the sky, breathe in. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good, pull the prayer back into your heart. Twist your left elbow outside your right leg. Good, get a deep twist, thumbs to the center of the chest. And then slowly pick your left heel up. Press down into your right foot, pick your left foot off the floor. Start to stretch your left leg to the back of the mat, the back of the room. The foot might float, it might not. Beautiful, yes. We meet up in a high lunge. Reach the arms forward and up. Left heel stays lifted if possible. This is not going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy because life is not easy. Close your eyes. Probably feels very shaky. Allow the shakiness in. Yeah, right? And what grounds you? Your breath. That's the unchanging nature within you, the Purusha. 3 times with your eyes closed. Slowly inhale, straighten your right leg. It's okay if you fall. You can start over. Exhale, bend your knee. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen your leg. Exhale, bend your knee. 1 more time, breathe in. 1 more time, breathe out. Beautiful. Eyes open, hands to the floor, right leg to the sky. 3-legged dog. Walk your hands halfway back your mat. Look between your thumbs. Lift your left heel. Bend your left knee. Maybe take 1 tiny hop off your left foot. That could become higher, right? You might fall over, right? What prevents us from taking risks in life? It's usually fear, right? Maybe this year we overcome our fear. I'll meet you back in a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once you get to your down dog, bend your knees. Lift your heels, breathe out, step or jump, feet to hands. Amazing, Allison, halfway lift, forward fold. Chin into your chest, close your eyes, roll up slowly. Coming into your mountain, coming into your Tadasana, coming into yourself. Prayer to your heart, lift your arms up, breathe in. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, Utkatasana, chair pose. Prayer back to your heart and twist. Right elbow outside left leg this time. That's it. Try to bring the thumbs to the center of the chest. Lift the right heel up. Press down through the left foot. Pick the right foot off the floor. You got it. Stretch the right leg back. Yes, 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 Dan. Beautiful, Marina. Yes. You got it, Spring. I meet you in a high lunge. Arms come forward and up. Right heels off the floor if possible. Again, close the eyes. Find the breath. Let the breath find you. Yes, Betty. Slow 3 times. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Last time, breathe in. Last time, breathe out. Hands to the mat. Left leg to the sky. 3-legged dog. Walk your hands halfway back your mat. Look between your thumbs, lift the right heel, bend the right knee. Maybe it's one tiny hop, right? And some of these fancy shapes, it's not about being fancy, it's about trying, thinking outside the box. Meet you in a downward facing dog. Here, I got you, Betty, one more time. Plank pose on the inhale, child's pose on the exhale. Good. From this child's pose, roll up to sit on your heels. And then you set up your seat. If you need to stay sitting on your heels, you can sit on your heels. If you need a block to sit on, or if you want to cross your legs, find your comfortable seat. Yeah, if you have a block, I would totally use a block. Once you're set up in your seat, tall spine, could have your hands in your lap. Close the eyes and focus on the breath. If you're at home and you're listening to the Spotify playlist, this guided meditation is courtesy of Janis Joplin. If you're at home with no music, this is a beautiful time to sit with your breath. And as the Depeche Mode might say, enjoy the silence. Slowly come onto your hands and knees. Take your time. And then once you're on your hands and knees, stretch your right leg back, tuck your right toes under, spin your right heel down, and float your right arm to the sky for a modified side plank. You might have to spin your left toes a little bit to the left. From the inseam of your right leg, float your right leg up if you can. If you can, bend your right knee and try to hold your right foot with your right hand. If you fall, be grateful for it. That's how we learn. Slowly come to hands and knees, all fours. Stretch your left leg back, tuck your toes, spin the left heel down, float the left arm up. The right toes might slide behind you. From the inseam of your left leg, float your left leg up if you can. If you can, bend the knee, reach for the foot. Yes! Amazing! Slowly, hands and knees, all fours. Press back, child's pose. Hips sink towards your heels. Begin to rise up to sit on your heels. Come up to stand on your shins. If that hurts your knees, please pad them up. Lift your arms up. Sparkle your fingers. That's a reminder of the light inside of you that can never go out. Left arm stays up. Right arm drops back. Reach for your right heel. You might need to tuck your toes. Press your hips forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Bend your knees. Lower your seat to your heels. Switch your hands. Lift back up. Exhale. Lower down. Switch hands. Inhale. Come up. With your breath, exhale, you lower. Inhale, you lift. You move with your breath. You move at your own rhythm. You move at your own pace. This can be very slow. This might be faster for some of you. Next time, the left hand reaches back. Stay there with the hips forward. Swing the right arm behind you. Come into camel pose. That could be with your hands to your lower back, right? You don't get any awards if your hands touch your feet, right? You don't get penalized. You don't fail. Slowly come up. Gently sit down. Woo. Stretch your legs out from underneath you. Come onto your back. Step your feet to the ground. Lift your knees to the sky. Heels close to your hips. Bring your hands by your head, fingers towards your shoulders. If you feel ready to lift up into a full wheel, Urdhva Dhanurasana, press into your feet, lift your hips, lengthen your arms. If you need to stay on your back, or if you need a half wheel, or if you have a block and you need to slide it under your sacrum, you do you. You express your practice in your own way. Again, this is not a competition. There's no awards that get handed out. We come here to inspire each other to be free. Tuck your chin into your chest. Yes. Slowly lower onto your backs unless you're still working. Let your knees touch each other. Knees come together, feet widen. You might have your hands on your body. You might have your hands off your body. It's what feels right in your body. And then consciously breathe into the sacrum, right? We have the power to direct the breath. We have the power to direct our mind. It's an incredible power. That is the power of yoga. Hug your knees into your chest. Use your knees to make some circles around your lower back. And start in one direction. And then take it in the other direction. Again, that's a reminder when things are not going in the direction that we want them to go or plan them to go, we can always start over. Hug your knees into you, forehead towards your knees, curl up tight. Curl up so tight that your breath just starts to rock and roll you up and down your spine until you eventually come all the way up to sit at the top of your mat. And then set up your pigeon pose, and you could just lay your right shin across the mat and swing your left leg behind you. If you need to do pigeon in any other way or come into it in any other way, come into pigeon how you need to, and that might be laying down on your back with your left foot on the floor and your right ankle over your left thigh. If you need a few undulations or want to start with a back bend and then come forward, or if you need to come forward right away, come into it how you need to come into it. So right before teaching, dear friend of mine, Danielle Dugan, commented on the Facebook post that I made about teaching this class today, and all she wrote was ground control to Major Tom. And I said, if only you knew, Danielle, if only you knew. She also loves Thunder Road, which was the first song that we listened to, if you're listening to the music. If not, you are the music. Right, so here we really use the movement to bring us into the stillness. So you have a nice long pigeon here. And just like life, it doesn't happen all at once. So let each breath just take you deeper to where you're going. And sometimes there's nowhere to go, and sometimes that can actually be comforting. To know that you are already exactly where you need to be. Slowly come up. Gently swing your left leg in front of you, and in honor of David, let's take a stargazer, right hand outside your right hip. Lift your hips up off the ground and maybe wave to one of your angels. And then sink your hips down to the floor. And switch sides however you need to switch sides. You could just lay that left shin across, swing the right leg back if you need some other way to get there. Right? This is your path. This is your journey. And so it doesn't have to look like anyone else's journey. So if you need to undulate, if you need to start by lifting your heart, opening your heart, or if you need to come down into it right away. I have a close relationship with my godmother who lives in Chicago, and recently, and I'd say within the last year, her and her husband have discovered yoga, and she loves to tell me about it, and she mostly does yin and restorative. Aunt Ronnie, if you're watching, this is not yin or restorative, but it's why we need yin and restorative, so that we can have a practice like this and can practice like this safely throughout our lives. Okay, slowly roll your way up. And take your time to swing your right leg in front of you. That's it, Kim. Left hand outside left hip. Hips lift up high to come into the stargazer. Bowie and whoever else is up there. Gently sink your hips to the floor. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Lift your arms up high. Take a big inhale. Exhale your way forward over both legs. Paschimottanasana. And know that you can bend your knees as much as you need to here as you bow forward over your legs. It's not about touching your toes. Right here it's about going within. So let your head just drop completely. And offering you a few options. If you want to stay here for a few more breaths, stay here for a few more breaths. If you'd like to end practice with a shoulder stand or a headstand or another seat, come into your seat. And in about a minute, find your way onto your backs. to come into your Shavasana. All right, so you have about a minute to close out your practice. You might just stay in that forward fold. Those of you that want to find a meditative space by standing on your head, or a cooling space by standing on your shoulders. If you're doing a shoulder stand and you need to place a blanket underneath your shoulders, that's a great option. And it doesn't have to be a minute, but it can be whenever you're ready to come onto your backs and find corpse pose. You'll come there when you're ready. We all get there when we're ready. Right? And we all get there in different ways at different times. I'll just say out loud, if you are doing a shoulder stand, a counter pose for that is a plow pose, halasana. If you're in a headstand, the counter pose for that is a child's pose. And if you're anywhere else, be wherever you are. Right, one of the most influential spiritual books I ever read by Ram Dass, Be Here Now. It's almost become a cliche, and yet isn't that the purpose? Right? So that every day can be that New Year's Day. Right? You can watch this class in July, in August, in October. You can always start over, and that's what we're doing right now. We're allowing something to end so that something new can begin, and we do that every time we practice. incredible, inspired family that genuinely stretches across the world. Family in Australia, Spain, Africa, Germany, France, Mexico, New Jersey. A family that is committed to the belief that every day is an opportunity to live from the heart and to bring peace and positive energy into this world and to shine as bright as we possibly can. Mom, I fucking love you. Take a deep breath in, everyone. World, I fucking love you. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun and so grateful. Thank you. Happy New Year. I guess that's it. Bye.